called Rachel Smets, who has a business called expat-to-impact.com. Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Ellie. Nice to see you again.
Good to see you too. First of all, Rachel, you've been an expat for a long time. How long have you actually been living overseas?
About almost 15 years actually now. I am actually native Belgian, and my very first move was to Mallorca, Spain, and which I loved very much. And right now I'm living in the Netherlands.
Okay. And you have a wonderful saying that home is where you can be you. Tell us more what you think about that particular statement and how it's appropriate.
Well, for me, I always say my home is where I live because, yes, I'm native Belgian, but I've been living in many other countries, and I always make my home where I am. You know, like right now I'm in the Netherlands, even if it's, you know, I don't have my family here or anything, still I call this my home. I really try to integrate very fast anywhere I live, and I just try to adapt as fast as I can and make it my home. So home can really be wherever in the world it is, as long as you can be you. So once I find my routine, a job, you know, meet people, go to the gym, just regular things to do, I feel home, and it is my home, and that's where I am just me, and I'm not anybody else. So I call it home.
Yeah, so your advice really would to be to other people to find things that they love doing and find somewhere local to do those things that they love doing, like you love sports and going to the gym. So you've been able to connect with people by doing those things?
Absolutely. I really noticed that whenever you find your routine again, things that you are used to in your normal native home, I would say, then you adapt much easier, and it just feels better. You know, if I have every day my routine of waking up, going to work, knowing where to do my groceries, buy stuff, meet people, or like you say, you know, go to the gym. Once I have the membership running and everything, it's like, okay, now I have my routine and I can keep going. So yeah, I think that matters a lot.
Okay, and you've moved over in all of your expat experience has been as a single lady. Do you think that's been something positive or negative, or doesn't it really make any difference? Because we have a lot of Costa women that are single who are looking to move countries, and for them it's always a concern as to what it will be like in their new country.
I don't know. I think it both has advantages and disadvantages. I have to say, I think being single, I do tend to meet people quicker and maybe, well, easier, I don't know, because easier or not depends on your character and how you are as a person. But I think as a single person, I go out there and I talk to people and people see me as a single, so people may also come up to me easier. Then whereas as you are in a couple, I've met several couples and they go to a party or they go to a meeting somewhere or a meetup, they just stand there together talking to each other because you have each other, which is also an advantage. If you have a really bad day and you go home and you need some support, then at least you have your partner. Whereas I just come home and I'm like, and I have nobody to really talk to. So I think really both has its advantages and disadvantages, really.
Okay, and you have the website Expat to Impact. Tell us more about being an impat.
To me, an impat is feeling like a local. You know, I call it expat to impat because you arrive as an expat, you are a foreigner, you are a stranger into another country, another region. Then I try to integrate and adapt as much as I can to really become an impat, whereas I kind of feel local. You know, it's kind of, I don't want to call it local because I will never be a native local, but I call it then an impat.
Okay, no, that's a great name, and I know it's becoming very popular now. There's quite a few articles going around at the moment about people being impats and integrating more into their lives overseas. So it's a great name. And so obviously that's that's the name of your business, but what actually is your business? What do you do to help people when they move to another country?
I really try. Like I say, I've been in several countries and I've integrated every time, and I found my routine and everything, and I yeah, felt like an impact. And in the very beginning, one of the first moves, I just was very stressed out because it took me a while to adapt and to, you know, find my way around and unpack. And you know, I just did sometimes things in a wrong order, and then it just, I don't know, it didn't feel so good. Whereas the more I did that, the more I became experienced with it, the more cultures I came to know, the more languages I came to know. And it's exactly that where I really want to help people with, because there are certain steps to take. There are certain priorities to take. You don't have to look for a car if you don't even know where you're going to live. You know, I mean, there's certain things you need to think about. And I really want to help people with, you know, moving abroad, knowing exactly what to think about, what to pack, what to organize before you move and after you move. And then, you know, some tips and advice on how to integrate once you're there. And that is very depending on who you are and what you like to do. So that's really very tailored and personalized, and that's what I want to help people with. And also, I speak 6 languages because I find language is really, really important, and that has helped me a lot. So I want to help out with languages. Not so much the theory, because the grammar and the theory is sometimes what holds people back, because, oh, wait a minute, I don't know exactly how you say it right. It doesn't matter if you say it right or wrong. You just have to go out there and speak the language, and that's really what I want to focus on.
Yes, it's that confidence, isn't it, to actually go with it, even if you're not 100% right in what you're saying.
Mm.
Yeah. And how do you, obviously you, like I do on Costa Women, would very much promote people doing a lot of research. Do you think that social media has helped that for expats before they move here?
Absolutely, I think so, because you can find on social media a lot of groups, a lot of expat groups, a lot of places where you can find meetups or find out information or just ask questions like, hey guys, I'm moving to that or that country. Where do I find whatever, you know, or a place to live or temporary or anything really. So I really think social media helps, absolutely.
Yeah. What would your top tip or top 3 tips be for people that are looking to move to another country?
Research, you know, and research goes with preparation. Really do a lot of research. That's what I did too. I never left a country without having a job in another country. Just for an example, I always wanted some financial security, and I thought if I have a job, then I have money. If I have money, I can find a place to live, etc., etc. That gave me that security, where I find a lot of expats still move without a job, and then really the stress is immense. So research, good preparation, and language. Absolutely the language, because it really helps. You can start before you move, and then, you know, get better at it when you are in a new country. And just be open-minded. I mean, if you're not open-minded and positive, because there are a lot of challenges. A lot of people think, oh, you're an expat, what a wonderful life, you know, and everything's great and rosy and shiny. It's not. It's really not. And I mean, you have to, there's so many things, you know, so many problems and challenges, which made me a better person. You know, I've grown and learned so much all of these years, but it didn't go just like that, you know, so it takes effort, but it's all worth it. It's definitely worth it.
Yeah, that's very useful advice. And I think you're absolutely right. You know, people think we live in this Nevada type existence as an expat, but and they don't ever imagine that we have to do things like go to work. They just think we lie on the beach all day.
Just flows in.
Well, thank you very much for the interview, Rachel, and I look forward to hearing more about what you do. And of course, people can check out what you're doing on your website. All the information is going to be below this interview, so they can find out more about you from your website and also your Facebook page.
Thank you so much, Ellie. Thank you.
Thanks, Rachel. Bye.
Bye.